Good afternoon. It's Lorna from Maritime UK. I'm here with Noor this afternoon. Hi, Noor.
Hi, Lorna.
Hello. Can you start off by telling us your full name, what your job title is, and tell us who you work for, please?
Yep, so I'm Noor Kimit and I'm owner of Seaworthy Consulting. It's a marine recruitment agency.
Fantastic. So can I start off by asking you what drew you to the maritime sector?
Yeah, so I actually graduated doing embroidery and I wanted to raise a bit of money to work as a designer in London because at the time I had to work for free. All graduates had to work for free and I stumbled along marine recruitment. So I thought I'd do it for a year and then go back into doing embroidery. And 9 years later, I am still in the sector doing marine recruitment.
Fantastic, but running your own business now.
Yeah.
So did you start out as a temp or was it a full-time job or?
So I started out as a recruitment consultant, and I did that role for 4 years. I'd always wanted to be a businesswoman. So I had a few years ago, it was a kind of toss up between, do I go back into jewelry? Do I carry on setting up a business in recruitment? And then it dawned on me, there were so many vessel owners that were contacting me saying, where have you disappeared? We've got vacancies that no one can fill but yourself. And I realized there was a niche in the market. So I approached the Princess Trust, who are a charity that help young people to set up businesses. I completed a program called the Enterprise Program, and that helped me set up Seaworthy Consulting.
Wow, fantastic. So what's your career goal and what have been your career highlights so far?
So my career goal is to run a successful and honest and integral business within the maritime sector. My real policy and ethos is to be available and to advise clients and candidates both equally, because I feel like some agencies always sway towards business rather than giving back to our seafarers. And I always call them our seafarers. So my goal is to make sure that the business carries on gaining success and has a good reputation with the industry, because that's very important to me.
Fantastic. And your career highlight to date? What's been your best day?
I think the best day is when I posted up our second birthday and actually Anika and I, who's my colleague, dressed up in PPE. And I think on LinkedIn, we got over 1,000 likes and the nicest comments from both seafarers and from candidates. But there was over, I think it got viewed nearly 57,000 times.
Oh
And it just showed that as a small business, we don't need to pay fast amounts, but on social media, we're clearly liked as an agency.
Yeah.
For me, that was a career highlight because it shows, whoa, I went from nothing to having an image that was viewed that many times. So it was definitely a career highlight.
So you went viral.
That's exactly, we went
Yeah,
viral.
yeah. So who's been the most important person in your career journey so far?
So as I'd said previously, the Princess Trust have been amazing. It's not been an actual individual, but I am dyslexic, and I was really afraid as a young person being dyslexic that I wasn't able to set up a business. And that's why I approached the trust to help with my dyslexia and to help implement stuff correctly in a maritime recruitment agency that was required. So the trust have been there for me from day one and have helped me to build up my confidence. So for me, having the trust as a charity to support a marine recruitment agency, and for me personally, has just been amazing, because they've made me believe that you can be a young successful woman and a young successful person with a maritime business.
Yeah, fantastic. And last question then. So if you were able to, what advice would you give your 16-year-old self?
So my advice would be to always say yes, because you don't know what's around the corner. I wasn't diagnosed with dyslexia till I was 19 years old. And I went on to do a degree in embroidery, again, because I didn't think I could read and write. I then couldn't get a job in embroidery, which is a sector that I absolutely love. And like I said in the beginning, stumbled across the maritime sector in recruitment. And if I hadn't have said yeah to that role, I wouldn't be where I am now. And I could no way have imagined myself being able to read and write emails to such a corporate sector. I mean, I now run an agency which is a corporate service. And if you would have told me that when I was 16, I would have never believed anything. I would have just laughed. So my advice would say, always say yes. You never know what's around the corner.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you very much for your time.